Chapter 1115. I'm ready whenever you are, Wilbur replied, taking a puff of his cigarette nonchalantly. Monza glanced at him in the rearview mirror, hardly able to contain his envy. He had been used to keeping his head down in front of Demi, treating her with the utmost respect. Even Buff was the same way when he was still around. They were used to choosing their words carefully before they spoke, let alone smoking in Demi's car. Meanwhile, this new guy was smoking all over the place and speaking so carelessly as if nothing really mattered to him. More importantly, Demi seemed to be fine with all of it. She even treated him extra well. Of course, there was the undeniable truth of this man's skill. He had done a great deal of work within just a few days of being here, and that was clear as day. Monza would just have to swallow his envy and deal with it. Demi spoke up then. You just got here and might not be too clear about how things work here, so I'll give you the rundown, so you get the gist of it. I'm all ears, said Wilbur. North Mannon is comprised of four main forces. The Kolan tribe's border militants, that's us. Then there's the Kora clan, leaders of the Shan tribe, the White clan, militants who stayed on from the Second World War. And lastly, the Perry clan, who escaped from Dasha during the revolution, Demi explained. Wilbur nodded and Demi went on. These four main forces control all of North Mannon, and we're all neck and neck. We used to be at constant war over territorial disputes, but everyone's focus in the past decade seemed to have shifted over to making money. That's why things around here are more peaceful these days, save for the odd spat or two. Wilbur said nothing, continuing to listen. These days, the four major clans, including my father, are just in charge of handling the armed forces. They've left the business to their children, like me, and we've all been doing pretty well. Of course, there's bound to be competition when you're running a business, and conflicts arise all the time. However, we always manage to resolve it peacefully out of mutual respect and consideration. Wilbur nodded. Well, someone definitely crossed the line this time, though, publicly hiring mercenaries to invade Kolan tribe territory and trying to assassinate me. That warrants a chat with them for sure, Demi said coldly. Wilbur frowned. Wouldn't it be better for your father to speak out? My father showing up might cause a civil war. The Mannon government's been eyeing us for the longest time. We can't afford to butt heads too much. Wilbur nodded with a smile. I know what to do then. Demi smiled as well. Just then, the car stopped at the foot of a hill. Demi and Wilbur got out of the car, and Demi said, You can come with me. The rest of you can stay here and stand guard. Wilbur nodded, then looked over at Monza, split into two groups, then stand guard from the front and the back. If anything happens, I'll retreat with Madame Madres, and you'll provide cover as we retreat all the way so that Madame Madres remains safe. Yes, sir, said Monza loudly. Demi smiled. You know war strategies too, huh? I was a naval mercenary once, said Wilbur. Demi flashed a satisfied smile, turning to head over to the hill with Wilbur in tow. The both of them reached the top of the hill on no time. There were already 6 people standing there, 2 men and a woman with their respective bodyguards. Wilbur followed Demi up the hill, standing guard behind her after that. Demi's gaze swept past the 3 other people. Is there a reason you called us all here today, Demi? You know how busy we all are, a man in his 30s dressed in military clothes said coldly. The other men and woman looked over at Demi coldly as well, who scoffed and asked, Will the person who tried to assassinate me please step forward?